Hello and welcome. It's the Talkin Baseball pregame show coming to you live from the Roosevelt Studios. That's RSVLTS. I got Jake sitting next to me. I got Trev over there in California wearing a tie-dye shirt, looking fantastic. Jake's wearing a colorful shirt. I'm dressed like a JV baseball assistant coach. Graduated from college, doesn't know what to do with his life, came back to town, asked the old coach, do you mind if I help out a little bit? Not sure what's going on.
Need a hand with the boys?
Yeah. That's kind of the outfit I have on right now, and it's working. It's working for me. Trev, how's California?
It's beautiful. You're a guy that I would say, kids, come over here, come to daddy, come hold my hand, stay away from that young guy.
Yeah.
That's what you look like today.
That's a good outfit.
It actually looks pretty nice. So
Yeah.
Don't need that nastiness from Calabastiness.
Wow. Jake, how are you?
Good. I'm good. We had got caught up in the slate last night. Sports orgy still going on.
Whoa.
And some sneaky pitching matchups tonight. I shouldn't be talking about our success in the Homer draft, but this was my hardest day to pick in the Homer draft. I was looking for the good matchup, like, oh, okay, there's the soft throwing lefty, or what's the look. I couldn't find anything today, so should continue our success streak. R.I.P. to the Kessenhire Dick dropping tour, but we'll get to that in a little bit.
Show just went blank on YouTube. Not sure what happened. Does it stay it's still going?
Show went blank. Everybody feeling fine. Here we go now. Talking baseball, got the flow. Other baseball shows got to go.
Wow. Okay, all good. Keeps cutting in and out, whatever. Periscope, I think, is good. YouTube will be going. As always, it's available on the podcast apps if you just want the audio version afterwards. There's a whole hurricane coming, so we'll just blame any tech difficulties on the weather. You got a hurricane?
Hit New York? What do we got?
I think it's hitting us right now. I think we're not like the eye of the storm because we're too inland.
Storm.
I do think that, we're getting hit. They canceled the Yankee game early, which they usually don't do. They're like, don't even try it. We're out.
Doubleheader Wednesday.
You want to tell us the games going on in the East Coast, Jake?
I'm leaving. I'm going back home to the West Coast. Yeah, I could do that. You want that?
I wish I packed you up in my suitcase.
You'd like them, Trev. Do you know that band, Zach?
That doesn't sound like a good band.
Coconut Records.
Jason Schwartzman's band, the actor.
Don't know that one.
Okay, producer Zach from the Top Rope this morning. You want the East Coast games, Jim?
Yep, let's do it.
What if I can start you off with the Boston Red Sox going to the Tampa Bay Rays? An old friend of the Rays, Nathan Eovaldi, the Red Sox one-starter pitcher versus Charlie Morton, trying to figure it out in this young baseball season. The New York Metropolitans and Steven Matz will face the Washington Nationals and Patrick Corbin. Couple southpaws doing it in the nation's capital. Not really. Toronto, Matt Shoemaker versus Max Fried, our guy, friend of the pod. Speaking of dropping dick, he did that last start. Keep it going, Max Fried. The Miami Marlins and Pablo Lopez, they're back. How about the Florida Fishies getting back on the field against the Baltimore Orioles in their 5-3 start? John, what do you means out there trying to bounce back for the O's? And I think that's it on the East Coast. Yeah, Yanks and Phils get rained out. They're playing 2 tomorrow.
When's the last time the East Coast had a full slate? Like, they're supposed to have. It's been a long time, huh?
Sad Sunday since the Phillies Marlins debacle game.
Yep.
So, yeah.
Jake and I have, from JOMBOY and Jake Radio, Trev, we have our bet. Jake's bet of the day is the Rays Red Sox game. He thinks the Rays will win.
They got to, right?
I mean, they've come out slow. But when you face the Red Sox, it's one of those things. Could turn your season around there.
Big weekend.
Plus, I mean, look, don't spoil it. I got stuff coming later
stuff
about that.
Is that your game?
My game.
Yeah. Big weekend.
Oh, yes.
Big weekend series with the Yanks coming up, so I want to see them get going. Matt's Corbin. Sure, Corbin's really good.
Matt's versus the Nats. I rolled into that.
Matt's versus the Nats. That's fun.
That's fun to say.
Corbin's really good, man.
It'd be cool if the Nats did a Z, Nats. Like, just really get with the times. Drop the S on that and go Nats.
That's very early aughts. That's very X Games generation.
Yeah. Knots. Okay. Yeah.
All right. Well, everyone who is having trouble on YouTube, you can go to Periscope. It doesn't seem to be an us issue. It seems to be a YouTube app issue. Nothing we can do.
Damn.
So head on to a laptop or an iPad or Periscope or the podcast app, and you will. It's working fine.
You guys watching Pablo Lopez versus John Maines?
No.
This new Miami team?
But I do have a homer pick from that game.
Oh, yeah. Teaser.
One of the storylines in the East that I did not make my what to watch for, but I'll just touch on it quickly, is Max Fried. Braves Nation really needs him to go out and shove and just let them breathe easy, because the Soroka news is heartbreaking and terrible. And
I was watching that live, man. That was bad.
Yeah, it sucks.
A punch to the gut. So if Fried can just give him one night of relaxation and just shove and beat the Blue Jays, I think Braves Nation would,
Trev, you going to send him a text and be like, it's your time, kid?
He knows. He's good.
Okay.
He's good. Cool. He had a great first start. The Soroka news, man. As soon as it happened, Marcus Stroman put out, I hope it's not an Achilles. And I was like, dude, that, don't put that out in the universe. And then sure enough, ruptured Achilles, out for the season. It's tough to see with such a young guy. I mean, just going over there to cover first base. Freak thing, man.
Yeah.
Sucks.
We have a couple PT physical therapist friends that instant were like, yep, that's it.
That's my nightmare. Thinking about that, making a change of direction, just hearing a pop and
nope.
That's why I don't run or move fast.
Nope. Smart.
In hockey, I twisted my ankle a lot. Sprained my ankle a ton playing hockey. That was all. I think that's really it. Nothing more cheer.
Bring us to the Central, Tim.
In the Central, the mighty Central, we got games tonight. The Pirates are facing off against the Twins, a 2-8 team going up against an 8-2 team. Twins beat them yesterday. They have Barrios on the mound versus Joe Musgrove. In the Ohio Cup, Shane Bieber faces off against Tyler Mahle, I believe. Someone in the chat said it was Bieber versus Castillo, but they have it as Mahle.
You got it as Mahle.
Yeah, so Bieber's really good. I mean, watch out for that. You also have the White Sox going up against the Brewers. Brewers back in action. Yelich gets some hits, trying to start their season. You got Giolito versus Woodruff. That's a nice matchup. Royals and Cubs. The Royals have lost 4 in a row. The Cubs are a really good team at 8-2. Kyle Hendricks looking to right the ship. That's my what to watch for. Some more on that later. And I believe that's everything going on in the Central. Yeah, that's it. So there you go.
Okay.
Pirates shows an interesting strategy last night, pitching to Nelson Cruz with an open base. He just hit a double to win the game. Everybody knew it was going to happen. I don't know what the reasoning was behind it, but definitely a bold strategy by Derek Shelton there.
Well, they did that with Judge too. The Red Sox did that to Judge with a struggling Glaber on deck, and they threw a 2-0. Anything in the zone on the 2-0 pitch would have been dumb, and they threw a hanging curveball by accident. A lot of people, Jake, were like, he didn't mean to throw a hanging curveball. It's like, yeah.
No pitcher ever has.
Yeah, obviously.
No pitcher has.
Anyway, there's not a lot of close matchups, like Twins versus Pirates. That's good versus bad as we sit, right? Cardinals is washed out. What's the other matchup? The Ohio Bowl. The Ohio Bowl. That's the best one. That's the game to watch here.
I kind of like watching those games. It seems like those two teams don't like each other too. Not just because of the Bauer, Clevenger, make-believe beef, but those Cincinnati hitters want to go up and bang on the Cleveland pitchers. Those guys are just a bunch of bangers. Joey Votto is my favorite player in the big leagues right now.
I like Votto.
Wait. I can't wait to see him face against Bieber. I mean, that's a Hall of Famer going up against a guy who's really coming into his own. Love that.
That is fun, Trevor.
Anything else in the Central?
Hendrick Singer, man. You got the young calf versus the old bull. I think that game will be
more
fun.
to come.
More to come on that.
More to come.
Ew.
Speaking of the young bull.
What's going on in the West, Trev?
I hope you're hungry, guys. We got a full slate of games.
Ooh.
West Coast. Here's the funny thing. We're starting off Giants against Jake's Rocks. Herman Marquez, stud pitcher for the Rocks. I don't have a probable for the Giants. I don't know who they're starting.
Jake,
doesn't really matter. Who is it?
I've got them with the Gossman, Kevin Gossman.
Kevin Gausman. The Giants have surprised people, but the Rockies are looking really good. I'm not watching that game.
Okay.
Anyways, the Astros go into Arizona, have to face Bumgarner. We got Christian Javier going for the Astros. That is in my homer draft. I will talk about that a little bit later.
Teaser.
The Rangers, Texas Rangers, going into Oakland. We got friend of the pod, Lance Lynn versus Jesus Luzardo. That's a good pitching matchup. We like that. A's, like you said, kind of got the bats going last night. Chris Davis with the homer is always nice to see. Dodgers still in San Diego, 7-4 versus 7-4. Dustin May versus Dinelson Lamet. Nice pitching matchup there. Walker and Paddock kind of struggled last night. Neither of them really pitched that well. But fun matchup there. And then rounding things off, we got the Anaheim Angels visiting Seattle. Andrew Heaney versus Justin Dunn. I'm not really too excited about that game. My boy Shohei's hurt.
Ooh.
But no, excuse me. Joe Adele got called up, so we're going to be excited about watching that.
There you go.
And Daddy Trout.
Is he back?
Yes.
Okay, Trout's back in the lineup. Adele's in the lineup. Okay, that makes it fun to
Yeah,
watch.
there's
Those
some
two
good
guys in the
there's some
outfield.
good storylines there. I think the biggest game is the Padres and the Dodgers. Padres take game 1, 7-4 versus 7-4. Dustin May, young kid looking to prove himself. He's got electric stuff. And Lamet trying to come back from injury and prove himself. So I think that game's pretty fun.
Also electric. I mean, arguably more electric than Dustin May. So that's going to be fun. And yeah, this is a classic. You know, the Dodgers out here playing baseball in the 60-game season. Sure, every game matters. Gotten some nice Twitter beefs about that last night because not every game matters. But this is the Padres, little brother coming after the big brother. Like we're here to dance with you boys this year. So I'm interested to see if the Dodgers kind of raise that hand up and give them the big brother punch to remind them, or if the Padres are here to do it. And Tatis is, man. That dude's different.
Yeah, I just made a breakdown on Tatis that's going to go up as soon as we're done with this pregame show. But, Trev, the Padres uniforms, very interesting. Tatis looks great in them. He's got, the blonde hair, too, so they kind of show off the yellow in the uniforms. And then, he's got brown skin, blonde hair. So he's kind of living embodiment of the color scheme. So he looks fantastic. Then you go to Pomerantz on the bump, who's an older, out-of-shape guy, and the uniforms look pretty bad pretty quick. It's kind of like they only work if you're young and fly.
It's
You think you could pull them off, Trev?
I think I could, yeah.
Yeah.
It's all about accessorizing. You got to accessorize the right way. Your cleats got to be, nice and kind of matching the scheme, because that's, you got to get custom cleats for that.
Yeah, I think you've just got different ends of the scale there. I don't think there's a ton of uniforms that Drew Palm makes sexy necessarily.
I got him looking good in a gray away.
I think Tatis can pretty much make anything sexy at this point.
Oh,
so
yeah.
it's fine in the middle area, but
it was just funny juxtaposition.
Tatis is a swagger hound, and Trev's right. Accessories. I mean, check out Tatis head to toe, and look at all the little things that come together for it.
You interested in Astros D-backs? I mean, it's Bumgarner versus the Astros. Christian Javier, who's a rookie for the Astros, pitching on the bump. He's been pretty good. Did you see the stat I said, Trevor, last episode? The Astros' 9 rookie pitchers have combined for a 1.3 ERA, and Cy Snead's been the only bad of the 9. If you take him out, they're
crazy good,
really good.
Well, don't tell Mrs. Reddick that. She was against the rookie pitcher.
Oh yeah, she tweeted out that they were a bunch of minor leaguers.
Yeah.
They're the best part of the team right now.
Yeah. They were listening. Maybe she sparked them.
Yeah. Ooh.
How about I'll feed a little cheese to that game because I think this is the last we'll say. What if Mad Bum, the baseball purist, has secretly been boiling this whole time about the Astros? It's cut him to his absolute core.
We don't realize it, but he's more mad than anyone. He just isn't vocal enough.
He doesn't have social media.
He just comes out, hits the first 4 batters.
There you go.
Just gone.
Let it rip,
I
Mad
love
Bum. Yeah. Okay.
That's funny. All right, well,
Jim, if you don't mind, I'm staying out west.
I was going to say let's stay in the West because Jake is giving you his game of the day in the West.
Oh. Texas, Oakland. We have I got all giddy the other day when we had Nate Pearson versus Scherzer, again, little old man passing to the guard to the young buck that pumps a hunch. Here's a little different story, and I can only imagine opposite dudes. I don't know Luzardo well enough, but I know Lance Lynn well enough that they're probably different kind of cats. Luzardo gets his first start, a guy that was getting Vegas action to win the Cy Young this year as a rook. Not sure how those bets are going for you. I guess we'll find out a little bit tonight. He gets his first start. He has come in out of the pen, I think, twice this year.
Yeah,
Lance
one good, one bad.
Lynn, if we're talking about dropping dick tours, I mean, it's the story of his life / he hasn't given up an earned run this year. He's an absolute beast, just pumping fastballs the majority of the time. See if you can hit it, kid. So I think it's going to be a fun juxtaposition, and maybe it'll be funny looking back at Luzardo's career one day and being like, his first start, against Lance Lynn, he was pretty good. Lance had a pretty good career, so excited to see those dueling styles of the machismo of Lance Lynn grabbing his biscuits between every pitch and young Luzardo trying to navigate his first start.
Nothing I say should be important to anyone.
Oh, I think we're having a problem with the soundboard.
Okay.
Wow. Lance Lynn, Bieber's getting a lot of love. I said before the show, Bieber's not my what to watch for, but we need to talk about it because he's doing amazing things. Lance Lynn's got 12 innings pitched, 0 earned runs, 17 Ks, I believe. Lance Lynn's out there doing some fun stuff, too. So keep an eye on him tonight. Good what to watch for, Jay.
Thank you.
And A's fans are very excited for Luzardo. But his last outing, I think it was 3 innings pitched, 3 earned runs, if I remember correctly. I'm not sure. Wasn't great.
Did the A's offense had their first big game last night? That was my yesterday's what to watch for. So a little flex.
Well, I was with you on there. Justice Sheffield ain't that good. And what did they get, 5 runs off of him?
I think 4.2 and 4, something like that. They did most of their damage later in the game, but
yeah, cool.
Trev,
Trev,
boys got.
what's your what to watch? Let's go all the way back to the East.
All the way back to the East Coast. Friend of the pod, friend of the program, Austin Meadows makes his long-awaited return from the COVID list against the Red Sox. The Rays need a spark. I mean, they're my World Series team, my World Series winners this year. And right now, what are they sitting at? 4-6. Well, tonight they got the ace on the hill, Charlie Morton, who's had a kind of a rough start to the year. 2 starts. He's 0-1 with an 8. It's saying right here, his average fastball is down 2.5 miles an hour. So we got to find a way to get that back up. Maybe that's just a little bit of, hey, I didn't really have a normal offseason or spring training, obviously. Maybe summer camp took a little bit out of him. Hopefully this third shot, he'll get that velo back. But if there is a time for the Rays to get the season started, it's tonight with your ace on the hill, with Austin Meadows coming back. A lot of guys have had success against Eovaldi. If they drop this game, that's something that's going to wear on them. They got to go out in there and win this series. It starts tonight. So I'm here for the Austin Meadows dick dropping tour to begin. We had one dick dropping tour end. Another one starts up.
Miles and miles of heart.
Just soundboard happy today.
Yeah.
There we go.
Love that.
Yeah. It's a good what to watch for. I mean, I do love the sequence drop on the same day as he makes his debut. So just pencil him in for 2 and 4 with a homer.
That's a bump. Yeah.
It's JOMBOY Media. Bump.
All right.
Kevin Kiermaier says, don't compare me to any other outfielders in the game. Nobody is close to me. I fucking love that. So go KK. I support him fully in that. He's got the platy glove. So he can say whatever he wants.
Well, he can't say whatever he wants. He probably doesn't know any language. If you wanted to talk in French, I don't know if he can do it.
He probably can. Drake has a song with a French word. That's all he has to do is just say that word, and you can speak in French.
Canadians.
I'm
going to the Cubs for my what to watch for. I feel like I've been talking about the Cubs a lot. But Kyle Hendricks, opening day, complete game shutout. His next outing, I said the Reds were going to kill him. I said the Reds crush him, and the Reds crushed him. Since then, though, Trev, since that game, the Cubs pitching has just been lights out. Darvish shoved, Chatwood shoved, Lester had a great game, and Mills yesterday, the slow pitching Mills, he's good. Now, Kyle Hendricks is 5 miles per hour faster than Mills, so that's good. He faces the Royals today, and if they say pitching is contagious and, you can feed off the other pitchers in the staff, they've given everything they can Hendricks' way. Like, here's some good energy, pass that baton, keep it going. He's better than that. The Royals are averaging 3 runs a game, I believe, and they have like one outlier game that kind of bumps it up. The Royals aren't that good. The Royals have lost 4 in a row. They just got swept by the White Sox. Now they're playing another team in Chicago. So let's just let the Royals get beat by Chicago tour continue. I'd like Hendricks to have another good game. For Cubs fans, I think that would be very exciting to have all 5 in the staff deal 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in a row. It's just like we're firing on all cylinders right now. Bullpen still needs to be worked out. We talked about that last step. But I'm looking at Hendricks, how he bounces back, because he dealt. Best game you could ever have, complete game shutout. And he gets blowed up. How's he respond here against the Royals team? That's probably just going to be swinging big and be all excited.
Swinging big and running.
I just think Hendricks is a guy who just sits there and his like heart rate never changes.
Yep.
He doesn't care if he's, I don't think he needs the good vibes, but I'm glad that he's going to get some tonight. I like watching him pitch. Another thing about him, I just looked him up. He's 6'3". When I see him on the mound, I don't think that.
He doesn't give off the intimidator vibe necessarily, but he gets dudes out. And yeah, man, I mean, these Cubbies now, they take their first 2 series against the Brewers or the Reds, which in theory were toss-ups, at home versus the Brewers and then the Reds, and then they take care of business with the Pirates. It looks like they're taking care of business with the Royals. They are going to be off to a really nice start, and it's going to be fun to see what Cardinals team they get this weekend. Well, they're probably not getting a Cardinals team, so they're a hot team that's going to get a break, which that's going to stink for them. And then they start running into it a little more. I mean, Cleveland, Brewers, Cardinals, White Sox, so getting into the schedule watching. But yeah, man, right now they're racking up W's, which is good for baseball. Go Cubs.
Go Cubbies, go. And I'd rather the Cubs win a bunch than the Royals beat the Cubs.
Yeah.
Like, a Royals win doesn't do much for the state of baseball right now. The Cubs being on fire and all their starters having good games, state of baseball, unless you're another NL Central fan.
Well, Jim, what this is building up for is now we can have a chase.
Yeah.
Like, we can have whatever NL Central team is going to chase up to the Cubs now.
Yeah.
So that's fun.
Yes. Yeah, I agree.
Do you have any leans on the NL Central now that we've had a few games under the belt? We didn't know what to do or who to pick before the season, but now we've got some stats and some injuries and whatnot. Who are you guys leaning?
Well, it's tricky because it's early. The Reds are in second place with a 500 record, but their good pitchers are dealing. And, if the Reds make it and the Cubs make it, I still would rather the Reds in a 3-game playoff because their starting pitching is so good. Cubs pitching has been good and their offense has been good, but, Brewers, they haven't played enough games. They kind of have. I just don't know what's going on with their Pirates. Obviously, they were never in contention, and the Cardinals' season's been in turmoil. So it's Cubs-Reds right now, but it's kind of like outside circumstances or whatever. Not like for the Brewers and Cards, it's not the baseball hasn't been the problem.
Yeah,
it's been the lack of baseball.
Cards are 2-3, Brewers are 3-4.
Yeah,
so it's like you haven't even gotten to a start.
But the way I guess my main point is the way the Reds have lost some of their games doesn't scare me if I'm a Reds fan, because as long as your starting pitchers are dealing like that, I think their offense will support them, and they have started to. So,
and you spin that right back to the Cubs too. I mean, that was kind of our big question: who are they going to get starting pitching from? And those guys are shoving. So,
I don't know if that's going to last.
Right.
Chatwood looks pretty good.
Chatwood looks
really
Hendricks
good.
is good.
But let's see if they can go another time through the rotation.
You said you were going to give your guy love if he had a good start. The dude who pitched yesterday.
I know, but I'm so tired and watch a single pitch. How did Mills look, Cubs fans? Tell me.
No runs.
I know the line, but how was it fun?
Lead the Mills train for a little bit.
All right, I'll go make a breakdown on Mills.
Okay.
You know
Mills
what's
train.
funny is I got a tweet
yesterday,
and we're talking about the Reds and how they've blown games. Lorenzen came in his Vans, he blew the game, and we're like, hey, bro, like I get the Vans thing, it's funny, it's cool, but put on some baseball cleats. Someone tweeted at me last night. He had a good inning, and what was he wearing? Regular old
Dockers.
Oh,
baseball.
he ditched him.
Boat shoes with spikes
So
on.
good.
I actually think that's a worse look. Like,
no, dude, who cares? Like, don't worry about what you look like.
I like that.
I like it.
You like that.
I
yeah.
like it, but I still think that's why you just don't wear the Vans before you can wear the Vans. Just the Bull Durham quote is true.
Don't open the
All-Star
season
game or
versus the
something like
Vans. Yeah.
Yeah, the Bull Durham quote stands true, man. You can't do that stuff until you're established.
Yeah. Well, he's decently established.
He had a
but-
nice year last year. MLB hyped him up. He was
they hyped
tasting
him
it.
up a
They
ton.
taste.
He's
they
He
were
was
all
on
over
Bauer bites and shit.
it. Yeah.
So, okay.
He was good last year.
Yeah.
But he's just because he's so big, like people like, oh, let's go watch him in the gym. Like that was, I feel like every day this offseason it was like Mike Lorenzen in the gym. It's like, okay, we get it.
Man,
People do
that's
that
like
with
the
me.
weirdest off-season, like, that content. Like, do people actually, like, every player, like, in MLB started just retweeting every player's, like, workout regimen? Like, I don't give a fuck what you're doing there,
but
man.
who cares?
It's really weird that, like, they hammered that home as, like, this is what the fans want. They want to see these guys work out.
You know what's a cool, like, who's fun
interested.
to watch work out? Like football players, guys who are actually really strong. Like Lorenzen's strong for a baseball player. Like,
Yeah.
let's go see some football players when these guys lift the fucking gym.
Even then, I think, like, the Tebow workout was the coolest one I saw, and then even that was, like, he was, like,
It's
cutting down
fans
trees
being
and
dumb.
pulling cars.
Fans love seeing their guys do stuff. When
Harrison
because
for the
oth-
Steelers
because
is fun to watch.
because players do post themselves working out. If your other guys on social media aren't, people assume they're not working out. It's
Which
a
is
dumb
that sucks.
society.
We had some
It's a dumb societal
some
trait.
player said that, like, just because I don't post it doesn't mean
Yeah.
I'm doing it, dude. I'm trying to work out here. Anyway, Homer draft. It's the Homer draft. Homer draft is hard, and we suck. I suck the most. You guys have three
Not
homers
doing
each.
Great. Not doing great.
We said I guess the total might be like 11 to 10 at the end of the
I'm
season.
about to get hot though.
Yeah, I like my picks today, but I'm burning someone quick.
Okay.
So I'll let you guys know who I picked first.
Do it,
I'm
baby.
picking Trout.
Wow.
Dad strength.
Dad strength. The storyline's there. He named his kid with the initials Bat. You know,
Yeah.
going to Seattle. I think he's got crazy numbers in Seattle. Are they in Seattle? Or are they just playing Seattle?
They're in Seattle.
In Seattle, playing Seattle.
Doesn't Trout have crazy
Justin
numbers
Dunn.
in Seattle?
I'd
He has
assume
crazy
so.
numbers everywhere.
Yeah.
That's true, but I think he
Know what the problem is? When he goes to Seattle, he gets to play the Mariners.
yeah, that helps out.
Aaron Judge is not the face of baseball. I just want
Oh
everyone
my
to know
God.
that. Now
Not
that we're
yet.
talking about Mike Trout. Yeah,
Mike
not
Trout's-
yet. He's on
Not
his
yet.
way. Gotta
Mike
do it
Trout-
for a
Who's
few
saying
more
he's the
years.
face now? Probably Kyle. He gets excited.
No, it was Mark DeRosa.
Oh,
that.
yeah.
I don't know.
Basically, Same thing.
In this area, Judge's face is on all the billboards, which is kind of crazy.
Well, yeah, you're in New York, dude.
Yeah, but
Trevor, what if he had an MVP award in 2017 that
But-
someone on a cheating team got instead
but
of him?
before Judge, like in between Judge and Jeter, it wasn't like they just put a Yankee on billboards. It's like a Pepsi ad and a Subway ad. It's a step above just the biggest Yankee.
Eat fresh.
So I have Trout going deep in Seattle. I'm trying to find his numbers in Safeco Field. 1.109 OPS in 78 games played in Safeco Field with 24 home runs in 78 games
Not bad.
up in Seattle. So
They should put those stats in the Mariners locker room anytime a player's like, "Yeah, this isn't a hitter's park, man. If I was in a hitter's park." Well, look, this guy's fine doing it.
it is the best ever, though. So it's a little
Sure.
tough comparison. And then with my second pick, it's a guy who probably should never be picked, but I just thought the Marlins are coming back from bad times. Arrieta came back. Yanks hit 3 home runs against the Phillies when they were fresh off of it. The Orioles are still trying to flex. Like, the Marlins are coming back from quarantine saying, like, oh, at least we get to play the Orioles. They're one of us. And the Orioles are like, nah.
No.
Have you guys not been looking at the TV
We're
in quarantine?
studs.
We're in second place. We're the best.
Marlins are in first.
Marlins aren't for shit.
Yeah.
Anyway, I have Rio Ruiz. They have a righty on the bump, so I just found a lefty that's
Lefty.
hitting a lot of home runs on the Orioles. He's hit 3 on the year
He's got
so
the
far.
hair you like.
He's got the weird hair that looks like a ponytail.
Looks like there's a ferret
Like
trying
not a ponytail that female humans wear.
Yeah.
Like the animal pony.
Like a ponytail.
Looks like that. So Hanser Alberti, someone said why not Hanser? He is
The lefty masher.
He's a lefty masher. They got a righty on the bump.
Pablo
So I'm taking
Lopez.
Rio Ruiz, his 4th of the year. versus Quarantine Marlins.
Beauty.
Those are my two picks.
Trev, give it to me, Daddy.
I don't really like my picks. I'm starting to know how Jim feels in the homer draft. I don't love my picks today, but I'm going to go with them. I'm going to take that Bumgarner being mad, and I'm going to tell you how it's going to start.
Oh, okay.
Jose Altuve, slow start to the year, is going to ambush a fastball and hit a home run off Madison Bumgarner. He's not going to like it. He's going to remember that they cheated, and then he's going to start hitting guys.
Oh, okay.
So I'm taking Altuve. He's only faced him 4 times, 2 for 4 against him. Shot in the dark here, but it's a hitter's park, and Altuve's got to get going at some point.
I like it. That's not a bad pick. It's a pretty good pick.
Yeah, wait for my next one. Here we go.
All right.
Ooh.
You know my strategy. My strategy is find a guy that hits lefties well. We got a lefty on the mound. Let me see where my thing is at.
I think it's Matt's. Matt's versus
Starlin Castro going up against Steven Matz. Castro's been around the game for, what, 70 years? How
2
long
decades.
has he been playing?
Give or take.
2 decades.
Something like that. So we got him going up against Matz. He's got some decent numbers against him. He's hitting 304, 23 at-bats. He's got a homer against him. It's a shot in the dark. I don't really love it, but Matz kind of serves him up there. He throws just hard enough where you can hit homers off him, not hard enough where it's tough. So Castro gets into one. I might go 2 for 2 today. The Keston Hiura dig dropping tour ended, like we said earlier, so that's gone. Those are my guys.
I'm excited to start my own Keston Hiura dig dropping
Barbaric!
tour. It doesn't start tonight, though.
Okay.
It doesn't start tonight. Tonight...
Trev, bad pick.
Oh.
Hasn't hit a homer all year.
Get him started. He's due. Do you believe in due?
Hit one either? I don't think he has.
Did you? Are you having 2 guys hit their first homer of the year? Altuve's had to have hit at least 1. No.
Do you believe in
I'll look
due?
right now. Let's see.
Yeah, he's got 1.
The lefty-righty theory. It's been working.
I'm going lefty righty.
I'm the hottest on the show. I've had the most recent home run, Luke Voigt, 730. It's now the 5th of August. Here we go. Time to get hot. I was looking for a game. Like I said, this was brutal. I couldn't find any matchups I liked. So when you find yourself in that situation, know that there's a baseball game being played at Coors Field tonight. My Rockies versus the Giants. Gossman versus Marquez. Even though how much I like Marquez, you're in Coors. His numbers were pretty big there last year. Gossman is a local guy, Jim. You always like that. But it doesn't matter at Coors Field.
I mean, he didn't get hounded by his family and relatives to get tickets to the game
so he's pretty
for the first time. So he's excited about that.
I'm going Charlie Blackmon. I don't want to lose your love tonight. He's getting it going at Coors Field. He gets the righty-lefty matchup versus Gossman. I like that. And then on the other side, how about Yaz? Yastrzemski's been killing it. He's been one of the best players in baseball this season. You're in Coors Field. You're feeling good. Keep it going. Find that heater off Marquez or a spinner. You know what? Get a spinner and go Yardski. So a couple lefties in Coors Field. I'm feeling all right about it.
All right.
I'm not thinking. I'm never thinking.
A lot of soundboard today.
I'll be
A lot
done
of
with it tomorrow.
soundboard today.
All right, cool. Moving on to Jimmy's dumb prop bet of the day.
Yes.
What happened yesterday with it, Trev?
The Ohio Bowl had 21 strikeouts. Yankees, Phils, I think, had 17. So I won that one. You guys were both on the Yanks.
It was close for a little. Like when I checked, they were 2 away, and I was like, okay, not a bad prop bet. But then they ran away with it. And I think, Jake, you said they actually call it the Ohio Cup.
Yeah, I got people mad at me. They were like, hey, it's the Ohio Cup. And we were like, I had the reaction all of us had, like, oh, you actually call it something?
Call that something?
And that just
Dude, I'm telling
goes
you.
back to my Ohio wedding thing. Like,
Ohio's
that sums
got
it up.
nothing going on.
That sums it up.
It's tough.
That's it.
And they're one of their main cities is named after a horrible person, Christopher Columbus. So switch that up, guys.
Guy Fieri City they're talking about.
Fieri.
Fieri.
Flavortown.
Fieri.
What's your DPOTD?
Yeah, so what I wanted to do was go Shane Bieber versus Kyle Hendricks and Brady Singer.
Ooh.
Strikeouts.
Ooh. Who my doodle can do.
Do you get what I'm saying?
Oh, yes.
Bieber's total strikeouts versus Hendricks Singer total strikeouts.
Yep.
Damn. Bieber, I'm not getting bet against that guy.
You can't bet against Bieber right now.
Last
But
game,
I'm going to bet against Bieber. I'm betting against Bieber.
So Singer in his second game had 3 strikeouts. Hendricks in his second game had 3 strikeouts. That'd be 6.
He's 6.
That's not good. But
maybe I'm not going to.
But in Hendricks' first game, he had 9. And in Singer's first game, he had 7. So that'd be 16.
That gets you there.
So that gets you there. I mean, Shane Bieber.
Hopefully.
Shane Bieber, what's he get? His last
Has
time.
he been
I'm
14
Bieber.
both
I'm Bieber
times?
all the way here.
Bieber's been
14
14
and
and 13.
27. Math
Because the
bot.
Cubs don't care about some young pitcher. They're going to go and whack this guy.
Mm.
Kyle Hendricks, great. He might get some strikeouts, but we got the Biebs. The god right now, the best pitcher in baseball
Bieb
at this
god.
moment.
Say Bieber has.
Shane Bieber.
Say
And he's
Bieber-
on Zach and I's fantasy team. So
Say he has 12.
It's a 6 and a 6.
I'll
8.
take Bieber. I'm taking Bieber.
Those punchy
We're not keeping track,
Royals.
so what does it matter anyway? But I'm taking
We're
Bieber.
keeping track.
What
You
does
won
love
yesterday, Jake, and I lost. I'm taking
mean?
Bieber as well.
Yeah, it's a Bieber fest.
Okay.
Leave it to Bieber.
Ooh. Zach laughed. Off mic.
Oh, Zach did? Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, he giggled. Yeah. Zach, who are you taking? Should we get Zach involved
Zach.
in these?
For the prop bet?
Zach,
Yeah.
Paul.
Yeah, definitely Bieber.
Wow.
Well, he's on your fantasy team.
Yeah,
fantasy
bias
team.
crew. Bias
Fathers
crew.
and sons.
Someone in the YouTube chat says, no way Singer gets 6.
Hey, big time prospect singer. Turn it up today.
Okay, Alex Brudnicki says Bieber gets 7 or 8. The Reds have been making contact outs.
Moose show.
I'm going to get the report. After today's game, I'm going to talk to Moose and be like, what's up with Bieber?
Okay.
Tell me about it. See what he says.
All right, cool.
I've got 2 of us getting on the board tonight.
Who?
Me and one of you.
For what?
Homer draft.
Homer draft.
Homer draft.
Yeah, I'm feeling a good night.
I don't feel mine at all. And I actually don't even want Altuve to hit one. So
There we go.
Okay.
that's a stupid pick for me.
Perfect.
I think Altuve's on my fantasy team.
Huge.
The first place Matt Boy team.
Do you
That
want me to
boy-
tell you his stats right now? Just real quick.
Altuve?
For 2020.
Yeah,
Because
what are...
people probably will love to hear this. He's had 38 at bats, only 6 hits, 2 extra base hits, for a 158 batting average, a 289 OBP, a 263 slugging, for a 552 OPS, 57 OPS plus.
How's Springer and Bregman doing? Because that's the tight knit crew that supposedly was still doing funny stuff.
Well,
I think Correa's been
George
good.
Springer.
Bregman's been meh.
Correa's not part of the crew.
Springer.
Springer's been
33
struggling.
AB, 6 hits, 697 OPS. Very tough for him. 182 batting average. Bregman, let me look this up real quick.
Bregman 211 batting average, 333.
Bieber. Better watch out for Selena.
Well,
He's got
All
a
right.
couple homers. so
obviously
he's still-
this doesn't mean anything.
Nothing.
Causation, not correlation or whatever. But those 3 are that tight knit crew that kept it going and didn't tell their teammates rumor nonsense. So that's kind of fun. Plays into that storyline. Fun.
I've said this, and it's still like I'm baffled by it. The Astros, they knew that they were cheating, like throughout the organization, and they still paid these guys. They still paid Altuve. It's like
They didn't pay
he's
Springer.
cheating.
They didn't pay Springer.
They didn't pay Springer. They gave Altuve a boatload of money when they didn't have to, and they knew he was cheating. That doesn't make any sense. It's the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
Bregman's getting hot. He had 2 hits last game with a home run, so that's better. But yeah, that's funny that those 3 are struggling. It fits the troll storyline well.
I'm on the Bregman train. I'm a fan of Bregman.
If I was running
Well.
Astros tour Twitter, I'd be having fun with that.
Gotta pay the troll toll.
To get into this boys' hole. That's the end of the show. Thank you guys very much for listening. The first person in the YouTube chat to name a a letter or a number on the keyboard, I will play that sound drop as our exit drop of the day. Let's see what you guys got. I got it. I got the whole damn keyboard filled up. You. Okay. Goodbye.
Whatever the plan, I am with you.
That was kind of quiet, but yeah, there you go.
I like that.
See ya.